Good morning, everybody. I welcome everybody here this morning. I hope everybody's having a good day. Welcome to the Spiritualist Desert Church Sunday service. If you are joining us via Zoom, we are keeping your microphones muted throughout our service because we record it for subsequent posting on YouTube. And if you're viewing us on YouTube and would like an invitation to join us for future live Zoom services, you can send us an email request and we'll have that email posted later in the service. Thank you again for joining us today. We want to welcome everybody here physically on Zoom and those later watching on YouTube, and especially all of those from the Spirit Side of Life who have joined in our fellowship this morning. My name is Jen Rawson and I'll be your chairperson today. I'm a board member of Spiritualist Desert Church. I co-chair the pastoral committee, and I am an NSAC licentiate minister. Joining us in our service today will be the Reverend Habiba Richards. She will be delivering our sermon and spirit greetings. Louise Barkdale will be leading us in a healing meditation. And Lynn Collier and Alice Robertson will be our Zoom moderators for this morning's service. We open our service with an invocation. If you would please join me now in prayer. Infinite intelligence, we come together in fellowship this morning, seeking peace, harmony, and love. We ask that our eyes be open to the possibilities surrounding us, that our ears be open to the quiet whispers of Spirit's message, and that our minds be open to their guidance, leading us to wisdom and understanding. In love, light, and truth, amen. Spiritualist Desert Church is a chartered member of the National Spiritualist Association of Churches, which is headquartered in Lilydale, New York. And our NSAC Spiritualist Manual provides us with the definitions and principles of our religion. And I would like to share the definitions of spiritualism and of being a spiritualist with you now. Spiritualism is the science, philosophy, and religion of continuous life based upon the demonstrated fact of communication by means of mediumship with those who live in the spirit world. Spiritualism is a science because it investigates, analyzes, and classifies facts and manifestations demonstrated from the spirit side of life. Spiritualism is a philosophy because it studies the laws of nature, both on the seen and unseen sides of life, and bases its conclusions upon present observed facts. It accepts statements of observed facts of past ages and conclusions drawn therefrom when sustained by reason and by results of observed facts of the present day. Spiritualism is a religion because it strives to understand and to comply with the physical, mental, and spiritual laws of nature, which are the laws of God. A spiritualist is one who believes, as the basis of his or her religion, in the communication between this and the spirit world by means of mediumship, and who endeavors to mold his or her character and conduct in accordance with the highest teaching derived from such communication. As spiritualists, we don't have any dogmas or creeds, but we do have 9 principles that we strive to live by. And if I would like to invite you to join me now in declaring these principles. We believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the Golden Rule, Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. We affirm the moral responsibility of individuals and that we make our own happiness or unhappiness as we obey or disobey nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any soul here or hereafter. We affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing are divine attributes proven through mediumship. Excellent. It's now my great pleasure to introduce our speaker for today, the Reverend Haviva Richards. Javi is the pastor of the Church of Living Spirit in Arizona. She is also a trustee on our NSAC National Board of Directors, and she's a certified medium, a commissioned healer, and a national spiritualist teacher. If you would all please join me in welcoming back the Reverend Haviva Richards.
This morning I wanted to talk about, I know that we've all been stuck in our homes and we've had a lot of changes lately, and I wanted to talk about basically the communication with spirit. We have on principle number 5, we affirm that the communication with the so-called dead is a fact scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. And I think that with all the changes this year, one thing I've noticed is that we have, if we're at home, which I'm still not at home that much, we have more time to meditate. We have more time to communicate with spirit. And I think that even though, yes, things have gone wrong and people aren't able to travel and people have gotten sick, we are starting to have a little more time for ourselves, breaking away from such a busy life that we've had for most of us. And that gives us time to do meditation. That gives us time to communicate with spirit. That gives us, hopefully, if people are writers, give time to write books or do artistic stuff and communicate, really, truly sit down and spend time with ourselves and time with spirit, time with infinite intelligence, and be able to communicate and have the time to slow ourselves down to listen to what spirit has to say. I think that, yes, it's been crazy out there. People have been doing strange things. I remember when the first time this, earlier this year, everything broke out. We were out of toilet paper. We were out of this. We were out of that. People were rushing around. But then everything started to slow down. And we were told to stay in our homes, not go out. Things started to slow down. And we've been rushing around so much. I've noticed that every year it's gotten faster. The years have gone by faster and faster. And I haven't had what I've called lately, and I've said it a lot, and I've had to stop myself. I don't have the time. I don't have the time to do this. I don't have the time to do that. And I think this year, what Spirit has done is literally stopped us all and given us the time to communicate with Spirit, given us the time to sit down and meditate, give us the time to listen to ourselves, our family, connect with our families, connect with Spirit, which we haven't, I haven't had the chance to, but, and I've had more time now to be able to do that, even through my crazy lifestyle. I've had more time to sit down and meditate. I've had more time to spend with my family, my loved ones. And surprisingly enough, going to have a lot more time to spend with my parents and my dad and stepmother since they're moving here at the end of the month. So I'm getting more time to spend with people that I need to spend with. And I think that's one good thing we can take away from this is that we're, especially as spiritualists, meditating more, hopefully each one of you, and hopefully looking at our principles and breaking our principles down more and working with each one and working with natural law. Now, one thing that I have learned, and it's amazing to watch other people, is if I need something, I really start to meditate now, calm myself down and get it. I wanted a new job. I had a new job in 24 hours. I meditated on it. I saw myself. I applied it. Yeah, it's not at home, but I have a new job that I absolutely love. I wanted to be closer to my family. Wasn't expecting it, but my family's moving here, so I'm closer to my family now. So that's a good thing as well. So I think that it's important that we look and really see what we've done this year. Yes, it's already November. The year is passing by really quick, but at the same time, it's passing by slowly. If you've been at home for months on end, look at yourself. What have you accomplished this year? Have you broken away from all the computers or learned how to use your computer more? Have you read more books? Have you been more artistic? Have you cleaned your house? Have you done projects that you haven't been able to do in several months or years? Have you had the time that you haven't had before? Have you meditated? Have you worked on, maybe you're taking more Morse lessons, hint, hint, and that you've completed some of the lessons on the Morse and really taken the time to work with Spirit? Have you gotten to know your guides? Have you gotten to know your teachers? Having this time, it's important to have this time, I think. I'm really getting that impression that we have to have this time now to really get to know ourselves and get to know Spirit and our teachers and our guides and our family. One thing I've heard around town and where I've worked is that people have had more time to spend with their children, and they're actually opening the communication channels with their children, which most of the time they're so busy working and the children are off doing things that they don't really communicate. They communicate by text, and that's the most you get out of, especially teenagers, that's what you get out of them. But now that people are spending more time at home, they're actually opening those communication channels that haven't been open in years. So when we look at this year, I think we also need to look at the positive things that have come out of this year. What has happened this year? What are we doing different this year? How are you living your life? Are you working on your mediumship? Are you working on your healing? Are you expressing yourself? Now, mediumship, it doesn't have to be just mental mediumship. It can be physical mediumship. You can do automatic writing. You can do artwork. You can do photographs and take pictures of Spirit. I am actually teaching a class again where we're doing scotography. I have a group and I'm doing a whole new book of scotography again, which we haven't had the time to do. And finally, all of us sat down and said, let's do this. So we're doing it. It's something that I don't think many other churches are doing, is actually having a closed scotography class. So this is something that I'm bringing out this year. And as working with these closed classes, we're communicating with Spirit more. We're having more things happen in our church. One of our people brought a hunting camera where it has red light and it photographs at night. And out of that camera so far, and we just did it a couple times, we've gotten phenomenal pictures already out of it when we're sitting in meditation in class, even in our scotography class, where we had this brilliant white light sitting in between me and another person in one of the pictures when we were doing a meditation class. So we're trying new things. We're trying the Zoom, we're trying Facebook Live, we're trying new things. And the communication has been opened up, not only on this side, but the other side as well. So I think that when we look at this year and we look at the many months that we've been at home or struggling or not being with other people that we usually are with, what have we done this year? And I think that's important that everybody look at that. Yeah, some people have lost jobs, some people have switched jobs, some people have had other family members come in, some people cannot see family. Some people are, long distance away and you can't communicate with people that you usually communicate with. So, but I think that we also need to know how to communicate. One thing that I've learned, I've learned the Zoom. I've learned Facebook Live. I've learned how to do certain things that I would have not normally done. And I'm opening up those channels. And I hope that each and every one of you is working on opening up those channels as well and seeing different things that you can do now. This is not, one thing I hope that each one of you is not take this year as negative, but see the positive aspects of this year. Yes, we didn't have convention and I didn't get to see all your smiling faces, you know, day and night, but one thing that I did see when we had classes is the response from the classes over Zoom, people actually taking that step and saying, okay, I'm going to be on the computer. I'm going to figure this out. So people learned things and got to still see everybody on the computer. So I think that's a fabulous thing. And I think that's opening new channels that we've never even thought about before. We're advancing, we're growing. Even as spiritualists, we're growing. Look at us, we're all on Zoom, we're all on a computer. We may be in different parts of the country, but we're all together. And I think that's important. That's opening huge milestones of communication as well. So as you look at this year, and I know we're on November 1st, as you look at this year, I hope that each and every one of you look at what you have accomplished and take that time that Spirit has given us to really connect with ourselves and Spirit and infinite intelligence. Thank you.
Thank you, Hobby, for those wonderful words, and help us remember to keep a positive outlook on things. Everything doesn't always have to be negative. That's excellent, excellent advice. Now is the time for our love offering and announcements. We continue to accept love donations by cash or check to the address that's coming up on your screen. In addition, we have PayPal available on our website or through the link that's displayed there as well. And there's a donate button on our website. You click that and it takes you right to PayPal, and you can just put in the memo line love donation. And thank you so very, very much for your continued support of Spiritualist Desert Church. As you are aware, our physical building is currently closed. However, our church community remains very active. Our board of directors and pastoral committee are available if you need assistance or if you have any questions. Please reach out to us via any of the methods listed on the screen. Additionally, if you get our weekly newsletter, there is contact information on the second page. If you would like to be added to our email list, please let us know and you can receive that newsletter. And if you want to be added to the Zoom list for future services, please send us an email listed there. Our next week's speaker will be the Reverend Lorraine Radice from Massachusetts, and we look forward to hearing from her again. Now we're going to move into the healing portion of our service, and we would like to invite you to join us in a meditation that today is going to be led by Louise Barkdahl. Louise is the secretary on our board of directors and also co-chairs our pastoral committee. If you would please join me now in prayer, and we will say the prayer for spiritualist healing. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and power of God. Amen. And now Louise will lead our guided meditation.
I would like to join all those that, or I would like to welcome all those that have joined us today in the physical, as well as all those in spirit, our family, our friends, our loved ones that step in and support us. Also welcoming our doctors, chemists, and healers that help during this time. If everyone would please get into a comfortable seated position, feet on the floor if possible. And let's just begin with some cleansing breaths. And as you breathe in fully, fill up your lungs. And as you exhale, exhale fully, because on every exhale, we're going to release. We're going to release the weight of the day. We're going to release our tie with the physical at this moment in time. As we go into this meditation, we will no longer be limited by our physical bodies. Everything we experience or everything we do, we'll be able to move freely and comfortably. The temperature will be just right. So continue that breathing, focusing on the breath. And again, every time you exhale, negativity sheds away. The small concerns of the day just drop away. There's nothing else to do in these few minutes except to connect. Connect with that beautiful healing energy that is available to us all. Imagine if you were a sunflower in a beautiful field, and the sun allows you to fully open and follow it, warming you. And then a very light, gentle drizzle of rain also falls down upon us, nurturing us, refreshing us, soaking into us, working on us internally as well as externally. And that same drizzle gets down into the ground where we can move our roots around, stretching, expanding, taking nourishment from the earth. This beautiful, wonderful, healing energy that we receive works on us mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Now take one more step as we are relaxed and enjoying all this coming to us. Allow your consciousness to reach out to spirit, infinite intelligence, and each other. We are joined by that divine spark that is within each of us. Reach out and feel that connection with all those here and with all those in spirit that work with us for the highest and best good. And now totally relaxed, healed, energized, and refreshed. It's time to begin our return. Focus again on your breathing. center in on the breath, on your heartbeat, and begin that return to the physicality of our body and our location. And as you comfortably get back into yourself, when you're ready, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. And again, as you're ready, open your eyes, refreshed, renewed, healed, and ready for the rest of our day and the rest of our week. God bless.
Thank you very much, Louise. We continue to send out absent healing prayers to everyone on our healing list on a daily basis. If you would like to add someone to the healing list, please send us an email request and we'll see that that's done. We now move into the message portion of our service. By definition, a medium is one whose organism is sensitive to vibrations from the spirit world and through whose instrumentality intelligences in that world are able to convey messages and produce the phenomena of spiritualism. A medium proves the continuity of life. Please understand that all mediums are psychic, but not all psychics are mediums. A psychic reads your energy. A medium brings through someone who has lived here on the earth plane. It's also important to know that a medium is not a medical doctor, therefore they will not and cannot diagnose or prescribe. As our service comes to a conclusion, we would like to invite everybody to join us immediately afterward for our virtual fellowship. Lynn and Alice will open up all the microphones and everybody has a chance to say hello to each other and share a little time. We'd like to return right back to the Reverend Aviva Richards, who's going to close our service with our benediction.
May effort wisely directed bring into your consciousness the proof of everlasting life, the joy of spirit communication, and the knowledge of life in its active, progressive realms beyond the plane of morality. Amen.
Thank you, Javi. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us today. Please remember all of those essential workers who are striving to keep us safe and healthy in your prayers and meditations in the coming week. And please remain on Zoom for our virtual fellowship. Have a good week, everybody.